I see lots and lots of First Nations faces out there.
We're here to talk about stigma, we're here to talk about Headstrong. The kids who are participating in Headstrong are out to change their schools, their culture, and save lives. You are also joining Headstrong, and I want to thank you all very much for coming out today. If your answer is yes to the statement, I want you to all stand up. Someone in my immediate or extended family has struggled with depression at some time. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to have a quick look around the room and see how many of our peers are standing. We have to start talking about it. That's why we're here today.
I think stigma is just this false idea that tends to surround mental health.
People think that you're insane or that you're crazy, you're attention seeking.
As I've been going through junior high and high school, watching a lot of my friends start to develop anxiety and depression, it really affects them.
They think they're different from others, and they feel like they're alone and they can't do what other people can do.
And stigma just is a wall that blocks us from making progress.
My name is Daryl Kootenay, and my Indian name is Tatungo Wagichi, which in my language means dancing buffalo.
When I was in high school, no one was talking about these things. No one was opening up to these things. And after I graduated, I didn't really realize, how much of a downward depression I was in. So mental illness to me is a big subject, and it means a lot to myself and my people as Indigenous people in Canada.
The realities of First Nations youth living in communities in terms of mental health, addictions, and suicide is that it's a reality they face every day.
There's a high suicide rate on the reserve. Most people are suffering in silence and not getting probably the help they need or the help they deserve.
An activity like Headstrong is very important for First Nation youth to partake in, to learn what mental health illness is and also the stigmas that are associated with it.
Today you're going to hear some powerful stories, some inspiring stories.
Going through school, dealing with the bullies, dealing with whatever was coming at me, I was wondering why I still didn't love myself.
So I was raised in a very dysfunctional family around a world of drugs and alcohol and family violence.
I suffer manic depression. I was going through a lot. I was grieving ever since my dad's passing. And so I turned into drugs and alcohol at the time.
Today is the day that the first time I've ever talked about my mental health issues. And for me, thank you. I was 15 years old and I was diagnosed with cancer. I had to go through a surgery, which is amputation, above knee amputation. I dealt with a lot of depression. I had anxiety about everything. I was afraid to leave my house.
It eventually led down all the way into me going to jail. It was a rough time in my life, and I thought it was the end of my life.
Mental health, for us, is a very new word, but yet it's about well-being. We look at it from a holistic point of view. We don't isolate.
I talked to my mom, who's a devout Christian, by the way, and she goes, "You need to go see a medicine man."
In that journey to the dark side, I met an elder named Stone Bear. He started teaching me about praying, about smudging.
Sitting in that circle and the old man drumming in those spirits and that rattle coming to life, the eagle fan coming around and blessing everyone, it was the first time I ever felt like I belonged somewhere and I was home.
I had to heal in 4 different ways. I had to deal with my mentality, I had to deal with my physical, my emotional, and especially my spirituality.
I was prescribed to medication, but I went back to our traditional roots, attended the pipe ceremonies, the sweat lodges, face painting. That really helped my mental health.
Riley was definitely a surprise to me, to really know that he's been through a lot, and it's really motivational.
It was pretty cool to hear the speakers talk about their experiences, because you wouldn't necessarily see them. You see the success that they have, and you can't imagine them to ever been like a lost teen.
For me, once I got my energy together and was able to look at myself in the mirror and be proud of who I was as a Native person, just as a person, as a human being, once I accepted myself, I was able to move forward.
Believe in yourself, always have faith in yourself. That's the number one thing, to remember who you are and where you come from.
Don't be scared to learn your traditional ways, and it's okay to get help, you're not the only one, there's nothing bad or wrong with it.
You don't have to tell people you don't trust, but you can go to someone that you can trust.
Don't feel left out. I'm always there to be your friend. Just ask me anytime if you want.
Youth, this generation for First Nations, are the most successful. They are achieving standards of education and professionalism not yet ever achieved by First Nations in the past. And so often I think that we tie experiences of First Nations youth to be extremely troubling, extremely challenging, but that's in fact what makes them so successful when they do make it. I see students taking awareness back into their schools through anti-stigma awareness campaigns, poster campaigns. I also see them educating others in the community on the differences between what mental health illness is versus what experiences are of intergenerational trauma, and learning how to find answers and give answers to others on how to seek help.
I think it needs to be well known to our First Nation youth that it's okay to talk about this thing. And I hope it goes all over Canada, and especially the First Nations communities.
Programs like HEADSTRONG are important for my community because it opens up the mind. It also lets kids know that it's okay to ask for help.
There you go. That's love.